I'm Buddy. I'm a 7th grader.
I'm David. I'm an 8th grader.
I'm Jacob. I'm a 7th grader.
I'm Ashley. I'm an 8th grader.
I'm Danielle. I'm an 8th grader. I'm Elizabeth, and I'm an 8th grader.
I'm Noelle, and I'm in 7th grade.
And we're here talking about bullying.
Do you see bullying in your school? What does it look like?
Yeah, it's really like verbally abusive and
You don't see really much abuse of as much as
yeah.
I've seen kids pushed into lockers before.
You hear like a lot of cuss words, names, and stuff.
people being judged for something they're not.
And people being judged for something they are and they can't help it.
Yeah. I've seen people bully teachers just to see how far they can go with their teacher.
We had kids got pencils and erasers, parts of like hard stuff would get thrown at them.
People target people, like they get in a group and try to just group up on that one person.
With teachers out of classroom, they might hit them or any way they can use them.
Just getting made fun of or something that's out of your control.
Like having bed bugs or lice or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Before seeing the bully movie, what did you do when you saw bullying?
Nothing really.
Just sit back.
Just watched it, and you really didn't know what to do for it.
You figured if you'd help them that you'd get bullied also along with that person.
Sometimes not even noticing you join in on accident.
Once in a
Like
while.
you say something to them.
Once in a while, I'll step up, like say something, but not really try to stop it.
How far did the bullying have to go before you guys stepped in?
There's not really bullying in our grade. Well, there is, but it's only with a few people.
It's always the same people every time. And you try to stop it, but they won't.
They steal your schoolwork and make you have to do everything.
Put you in the lockers, call you fat.
And ugly. After seeing bully, what should you start doing next to stand for the silent?
Stand up for people who are getting bullied.
Talk to a principal or a teacher or somebody like that.
Be friends with the ones that are being bullied.
Do exactly what we're doing right now.
Not be silent.
And feel silent.
That's exactly what it says. I mean,
That's what you should do.
that's what everyone should do.
Exactly.
I think we should
You should
Get
realize
together.
what happened.
I
You should
think
pay more attention to what's going on around you.
It shouldn't get to the point where people are killing themselves just to not be bullied anymore.
It shouldn't get to the point to where somebody does kill themselves. That's when everybody realizes that bullying's bad. It should be like when you see it that it's bad.
Some people don't even stand up even when people are starting to die.
They just laughing hard.
They think it's a joke.
What changes are you going to facilitate in your school to help stop bullying?
Stick up for everybody that's being bullied.
Any person's friend that's being bullied.
And create a non-bully group.
Strengths and numbers.
Yeah.
Try to make the bully busters.
Wear diapers and
The diaper brigaders. I don't really know what facilitate means, but
Try to
Just
fix.
go
Try to
with it.
fix and change your ways to stop.
Stop it before it gets any worse.
Yeah.
we need to take all the bullies,
Take it
Just
to a
shove 'em
step
into
where it
one
makes sure
room.
nobody wants to kill themselves.
shove them into one room and say, y'all want to bully people, bully each other until you understand.
How
What it feels like to be bullied.
Mm-hmm.
It works. I did it to my sisters. They broke down on me and started crying.
Have you been more aware of your interaction with your peers since the movie? How?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
starting to tell the teachers when somebody is being hurt.
I'm able to tell the difference between playing around and actually bullying someone.
And most of the time when people say they're just playing around, they're actually not. It's just a cover so they won't get in trouble for it.
I don't call people with names. I used to.
Yeah, I've been aware that calling someone a name that they don't like will hurt them.
I've been like more aware of
What you say.
what everybody says.
Like my little brother, we used to call him a nickname like Big and Beef, and he started to get to the point where he started to cry and started to feel bad about himself. And when we get mad, we would call him Fat, and he started to cry. And then one day we all stopped, and I started giving him hugs every day, tell him I love him, tell him I'm sorry. And now I call him Bear, but he don't care about that.
I think a few people actually have started to take notice to how everything is and to stop themselves from doing it. But I saw a few people like 5 minutes after we saw the movie doing it right again.
Making fun of
Yeah, some people it just goes through one ear and out the other.
Some people didn't even pay attention during the movie. They was too busy
Doing
doing
other
other
stuff.
things.
But I think if the bully realized how much it hurt the person that they're actually bullying, they would realize that it hurts and they might stop.
Or some people, they don't care about anybody else. It'll just make them feel even better about doing it.
Some of the parents need to step in and tell them not to help talk to their kids about it and get them to not do things like that.
And if they get in trouble with it at school, they should at least talk to the parents about it because it would be part of the parents' fault too because the kids would see that it's okay from the parents doing it. So
And they think they could keep getting away with it because their parents wouldn't care about it.
they won't get punished.
Like when I got suspended, I didn't have nothing for like 3 weeks.
For some kids, when they get suspended, it's like a couple days off for them.
They can do
Yeah.
anything they want.
Like most of the kids in our grade, they try to get suspended just so they don't have to go to school.
Yeah.
Well, in my grade, we had competitions. Whoever get ISD gets sent there.
Never done that.
When I was little, I used to look up to the older kids, and all I seen was them bullying, and they'd call me names, but I didn't think about that. I just thought they was being my friends.
If it gets so bad that you have to kill yourself, I think that it shouldn't get that far.
Or even call
But
them
think about it,
insult
people.
them.
Some people have stronger personalities, and you just have the willpower to say no, not going to happen. They're not going to get the best of me, like the one girl in the movie, right? But then you have other people who just do not have that kind of personality. And so one of the things that we need to all be aware of is who doesn't have that kind of personality. And when they don't, those are the people we need to really be concerned about. Not that people who have strong personalities couldn't succumb to that as well, like the girl did in the movie in the end. But I think a lot of it has to do with just our personalities. And that's why some people are more resilient to that kind of, let me say this to you and let me make you feel bad about yourself to the point where you don't even want to exist. You know what I mean? And let's face it, all of us can have those moments where we feel that way. But they're moments. But what happens to people, they can't overcome that moment and realize it's just a moment because they just think it happens so much that they're never going to overcome it. Yeah. And so
And then when they don't tell people about it, they blow up on one person and it gets so bad.
yeah, absolutely.
So those are the kind of people to watch out for and give the extra hug and, tell them that they're important and sit by them and include them. I know a lot of times, excluding somebody can be a big way to bully too, just not accepting them, So those are the kind of people you definitely want to make sure that you reach out to as a part of this group.
When I lived in Silver Grove, there was this kid, and they bullied him so much. Like one day, my friend
Took a pen and dropped it because he had an afro. Like, you know what Albert Einstein's hair looks like?
Mm-hmm.
Double it and then make it all tangly and stuff. He dropped a
So
pen
like
down
Buddy,
the side
but
of it.
huger.
Yeah.
Like double.
No, like 4
Triple?
times.
Alright.
It was enough that he had a pet squirrel, and his pet squirrel slept in his hair at night.
So what about this guy here?
My friend dropped a pin down inside of his hair, and then like he got up with 2 pins and started digging inside his hair. He's like, "I lost my pin," and we all started laughing. This kid went ballistic. He picked up a table and threw it against the wall, and like the leg snapped, and he just like stormed out, slammed the door. The whole like you could feel like the room shake from the door slam.
Well, that's one of the things we have to make sure that we don't do, because let's face it, you're in a small community. You know people pretty well. And for the most part, some of y'all have been together since preschool. So you know what buttons to push. And we have people that it's easy to push those buttons, and sometimes we just like to watch the show. And we've got to be careful with that.
I was afraid that, I'm glad I got out of town, because I was afraid that kid was going to come to school one day with a gun and just like mass murder my whole class.
That would be horrible. That's horrible. But you guys have done a fantastic job.